Hey guys, and welcome to Crosstalk. I'm David Madera, your host, fellow entrepreneur, and biggest fan of a good success story. Here, business stories don't just get told, they come alive. This is your front row seat to the incredible journeys that shape thriving businesses and ministries. Every episode, we sit down with inspiring business owners and ministry leaders to uncover their beginnings, the story behind their brand, and their vision for the future. It's all about real conversations, genuine insight, and a whole lot of inspiration. This week, I had the incredible privilege of sitting down with Mal, the incredible owner of Hazel's Cafe in Hamburg. Her journey is nothing short of inspiring. From working at CarTech to becoming a coffee shop owner, Mal's story is a testament to following your dreams and building something meaningful. In this episode, you will learn how Mal made the leap from CarTech to running her own cafe, the importance of community and how Hazel's Cafe has become a local favorite, the heartwarming story behind the name Hazel's, you're going to love this one, and so much more about her vision, challenges, and triumphs. If you're ready to be inspired by Mal's journey and her passion for bringing people together, this episode is definitely for you. Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Crosstalk. A little bit different scenery today, but that's because we are with the amazing Mal from Hazel's Cafe. So we are just running errands right now, but throughout this we're going to be doing some we're going to get an inside look of some of the things that Mal does for the community, which is really cool. So stay tuned, you'll learn more about that. But anyway, Mal recently opened up Hazel's Cafe in Hamburg.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about the story, because I know you were in Kutztown before. So how did we get to being a coffee shop owner?
I worked at CarTech and I was pregnant with my second child.
Okay.
In 2017, I decided I did not want to work 7 days a week, 12-hour days.
Okay.
So I was like, I need to do something different, and I wanted it to be something flexible, which is never easy, but I was like, I'm going to open I had already kind of been involved in like crafting, and I own a laser cutter and I was doing a lot of stuff like that. So I was like, I'm going to open up like a co-op shop and kind of just see if I can quit my full-time job at CarTech. Right. So I actually had been driving around in Kutztown. I decided I wanted to open in Kutztown. I was driving around and there was a building for rent and it was huge. It was like 2,300 square foot. And I'm like, I don't know if I can do it, but I was like, all right, I'll see how much it is, try to rent it. So I called the guy that owned it and I was signing papers literally like 2 days later.
Wow.
So I had opened that and there was a coffee roasting business that was connected to the building it was an old pole barn.
Yeah.
And
that made it super convenient.
It was perfect. I'm like, okay, nothing better than coffee and crafts, basically.
Yeah.
So I had kind of just became really good friends with the guy that owned the coffee shop, or it was more like a coffee roasting business, not so much a coffee shop. Well, he was not retail. He never did a lot of retail. He used to when he was on Main Street, but then when he moved, he just did a lot of roasting. And he would probably say I was very pushy. I just kept asking him, hey, can I run your retail part of this? Can I run your retail part of this? You can roast my coffee. Can I run the retail? And he said no for a long time.
Wow.
He kept saying no. And finally he came to me, it was, I think 2019.
Okay.
Or 20, it might have been, I don't remember. But he was like, you know what? Yeah, like you can do the retail. Like yes, do it. So I ripped the entire coffee shop part in Kutztown and I kind of just made it into like what I wanted, I guess. Yeah, and I mean, we did pretty well. He had very, very good coffee. He had been around for a very long time. We did pretty well. I hired a lot of kids from the college. They always helped me out. Erin worked for me for a long time at the coffee shop, and she was a godsend. She was amazing. And I had other girls that worked for me, Liv, and anyways, but they basically ran it because I still worked at CarTech And I then ended up quitting after a couple months after my third kid. But anyways, so then I ended up going viral for a coffee flight that I made, and we got very, very busy.
Okay.
But at that time, I was coaching Hamburg's soccer, like the rec soccer. My kids were in Hamburg School District, and I was doing a lot of donating to Hamburg. I spent a lot of time in Hamburg. I lived in Hamburg. I've lived in Hamburg since 2015. So then it sort of just kind of came up that I found out that there was going to be an opening spot in the old coffee shop in Hamburg. And I'm like, you know what? Why not? So yeah, I ended up reaching out, and yeah, here I am. Basically about it. It just kind of happened.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it fell in my lap. To be honest, I didn't even drink coffee until a couple years ago.
Wow.
I like it. I'm self-taught. I never was taught how to make coffee. I self-taught myself. A lot of YouTube videos. But yeah, it's basically where I am.
Great. And where does it tie in? Because when I first found out about Hazel's Cafe, it was when you were still operating in Mayfield.
Yeah.
So were you juggling both? Did you still have the Kutztown location, or when did you make that switch to just running it out of Mayfield? I
can't remember a timeline. We signed over at the Mayfield next to 1787, the building next there for Mayfield. I think I got in there in June.
Okay.
And at that time, I was like, I do not want 2 buildings. Like, I just don't. I have 3 kids. Like, it was a lot. Mm-hmm. And actually, Tay was like, just do it. Just take the other building too. But we were in Mayfield building from, I think it was June. It was either June or July. I don't know. We were in that building and then moved to the building across the street in the end of October. King Frost Parade actually is the day we moved over.
Okay.
Last day in October, I think it was.
Yeah.
So only a couple months, but.
Because I think the first time that I ever came into the cafe, when you opened up where the old 412 used to be, I think it was, I don't even know if you want to call it a soft launch, but I think, because it was well before the grand opening that you had. And I think you were doing like a little bit of like a test run. You kind of had it open to the public a little bit. So I was very early on. I would have been, before October of, last year.
Soft launch was the best way to go for me. I didn't do a ton of food in Kutztown. So I sort of just needed to figure out what everybody wanted before I was like, here we go, here's this. So that's kind of why I soft launched. I tried to like test the water in the new building. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was not going to take a second building. I just was so unsure. Tay was like, do it, we'll figure it out. And she was right, we did.
Yeah.
And we do very well, so. Like, it's a great building. We do awesome. The community is great. And I'm glad we took both. Although I was terrified. But I love it now. I didn't like coffee at the time. So when
it comes to Hazel's Cafe, do you want to tell us where the name came from?
Yeah. My great-grandmother, who's 101, is from Mayfield, Kentucky, which is where Mayfield came from, actually. Her name's Hazel, and my name is not good enough to be a cafe name.
I don't know, Mallory's Cafe would have had a ring to it.
That's not it. Nobody can even spell my name right to begin with. I don't think a cafe is going to do. And I would not look as cool on a t-shirt as she does, so. That
is true.
Yeah.
I will most definitely be putting the overlay of those pictures from that photo shoot that she had on this right now, because I want her to be my great grandmother. Like that, those are really good pictures.
But she's a really cool person. She has a lot of great grandkids. I mean, my oldest is 10.
Yeah.
So she has great grandkids that will, they adore her. They love her. She's awesome. She makes the best banana pudding ever.
Right.
She's got a better name than me. I don't think Mal's Cafe was it.
Mal's Place.
Yeah, it just wasn't it.
Yeah.
That feels like no, that wasn't it.
Yeah, I mean, I think Hazel's sticks. It does have a good ring to it. Yeah.
It's a good name. She's, that's where it came from. She still lives local. Like Boyertown area, but so she's not far. But she carries the name. She carries it well.
Has she ever come to?
Yeah, she was just there on Sunday.
Oh, and I missed it.
No, well, my sister's getting married in September.
Okay.
And to Tay's brother.
Oh, okay.
And she came for her bridal shower.
Okay.
So that is, she's been there a couple other times too. She'll come in and get coffee with my great uncle. But yeah, she's been there a couple times. I have a couple pictures over there.
That's great.
Yeah, she likes it. No complaints.
So you also tied in a little bit with the connection with Mayfield. Do you want to share a little bit more about what Mayfield is also? I know this is mainly for Hazel's, but I think it's really cool. One of the things that really stood out to me when we first connected in the end of last year was your involvement with the community and really your vision for revitalizing Hamburg. And you have your sister companies that you consider Mayfield?
Yeah, it's very hard to combine them. It's very hard to say that they're one because they're so different.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, they're definitely sister companies. I started, actually sort of off topic, but kind of in the topic. Mayfield, Kentucky got hit by a really bad tornado. And actually that is when I started, like, some people probably don't even know this. It got hit by a very bad tornado. I still have family that lives in Mayfield. We still go to Mayfield. We still visit Lake Kentucky Lake, try to go every other year. But when they got hit with a really, really bad tornado there, it was devastating. It was horrible. I rented 2 massive U-Hauls, and I actually found somebody who, he reached out to me, but he was an older gentleman. He was retired. He used to be a truck driver.
Okay. He
drove a U-Haul truck down, like literally the biggest one you can rent. That is just one step below an 18-wheeler. Okay. He drove one down, and then me and Kyle drove another one down. It was like, I think it was December 21st we went down, so like right before Christmas. But we drove, people in Berks County donated so much. It was amazing. Wow. It was very overwhelming, but it was awesome. So we took that down. So that's kind of where I started with like community, I guess, just trying to be involved in the community. Now it's not entirely our community, but our community helped a community that isn't even near here, which was awesome.
It's pretty cool.
As far as Hamburg goes, I have always said my kids go to school here. My kids will always go to school here. I really enjoy where we live. I grew up in Fleetwood. I went to Fleetwood. So did my husband. But I will always say, like, I have to be involved, or like, what am I creating for my kids? I have to do what I can. Right. And I enjoy it. Like, I like it. I like being involved. I love coaching soccer. I try very hard to do what I can with what we have. Yeah. Sometimes it's behind the scenes, which is fine. It doesn't need to be public all the time, but I do try to donate and try to give back as much as I can. I'd like to do more, but I'm one person and it's hard. Time goes quick. Yeah, I think, so you were my introduction into the Our Town Foundation in Hamburg.
we were having a meeting, and then Lynn just so happened to swing by and stop in, and then you got me connected with her. And just in the short time that I've been in the Our Town Foundation, I've seen more of the behind the scenes of the impact and the ideas and the things that you do to help the community and the other businesses in the area too. I mean, speaking more recently, one of the big things that the Our Town Foundation was talking about was, you know, maybe trying to have Hamburg open up, since it's closed Mondays and Tuesdays really with all the businesses, trying to get some of those hours open for those days and seeing how it would work. And just for this month, starting June 1st, you're now open Mondays from 6 to 2, right?
Yeah.
So what's kind of been in the process behind that, of being able to make that decision? And then also, if you want to speak a little bit to some of the Our Town Foundation involvement that you have.
Well, the Our Town Foundation, this is kind of like a running joke with everybody. I always know somebody that knows somebody, or I always know somebody. I think it's probably just because I grew up in this area. Mm-hmm. I have friends that still live here, but Lynn, who is now, I guess, the president of Our Town, she is my husband's, I'm not even sure, I would say maybe like second cousin.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I had already known her prior to her being involved in Our Town Foundation.
Small world. That's great.
Yeah, and about, I would say it's 2 years ago now, I think, she is involved in taking on, taking on exchange students.
Okay.
And she had reached out to me and asked me if I'd be interested, and I did 2 years in a row. So her and I had already kind of been like, I don't know, we'd already been friends. Yeah. So then when I decided to move here, her and I just got closer and talking. But I always kind of have the theory of like, if I'm not helping other businesses, if I'm not helping this community, I will not succeed.
Yeah.
And I mean, so far, I feel like that is the most accurate statement. It helps so much to be involved and just kind of be with people, like have other businesses, AEC, like all of that. We help each other out all the time. And I just don't know what I would do without them. So that's kind of my theory. I need them, not that they need me, but I need them. Like I need them to succeed or I'm not going to succeed.
Right.
So that's kind of where that came from. With Our Town Foundation, I kind of just got involved and I enjoy it. So I like to know what's going on. I'm nosy. No, I am, but I do. I like to know what's going on. I like to know that there's not something I can do or I can figure out how to fix, I guess.
Yeah.
That's kind of where that started. And Lynn's awesome. So
she's great.
She is. She's good at her job. She's an awesome person. So
and that's when I was starting my business, my tagline was always, our community thrives when your business succeeds.
Yeah.
And because I agree with everything that you just said, like it's for when one business succeeds in a town, it automatically lifts up the other ones.
Correct.
And it just grows the whole community. And seeing businesses that are coming into Hamburg, I mean, started out, I think, Live Holistic is having their anniversary coming up pretty soon from their ribbon cutting. And from that point, and I said this when I met with them, from that point and then looking forward, you can just start to see that transition in Hamburg. Because that business opening up and it being such a niche store of being holistic is one of those things you'd really find in a more urbanized area.
Yeah.
So for them coming into rural Hamburg, then you started to see all these other more niche businesses opening up. So that, I think, really paved the way for like a Legata Bakery to open up across the street from you. And then now we have AEC Market, Thrift and Thrive, like those businesses that had the opportunity now to succeed because now there's more things to do in Hamburg now since.
Well, it makes it a destination. It makes
Right.
it somewhere you want to go. You're not just going for coffee or to shop. You're coming and you can do multiple things. I mean, my theory is like our kids deserve to have a space that's a fun town, and I don't know. I just think that like my kids deserve it. Everyone's kids deserve it. So
Yeah.
I guess I will just be involved as much as I can. And then I'll convince my kids to be involved. Just kidding.
Well, I think the good thing too with that is they see what your involvement. And
yeah, and that's true. Like they'll probably follow footsteps, I hope. Like, I mean, my mom's involved. My dad tries to be involved. He still works at CarTech. My husband tries to be involved too. Like he tries to help as much as he can. But as far as like me, I always want to collab. I always want to do stuff like that. I want everyone to succeed. I want, if anyone else doesn't do well, like you said, like, I don't want anyone to close ever. That's horrible. Like that's not ever my thought. I want everyone to be succeeding, and I think we all can. It's kind of, I don't know. I think it's come a long way. I think that Hamburg is a very cool town, and I like to see how it goes. I like to see what changes, and I enjoy it. I do. But I also grew up in a small town. So there's
One of the things that you did during the year, especially during the school year, was you did drops at the schools.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit more about that. How'd you get started with that? What schools were you doing it for?
My kids go to Perry, and Mike Crimmins is a teacher there. He had my oldest daughter. So I was talking to him. He'd come in here. I make homemade chai, and he likes it. So he came in. We'd been like kind of chatting, and I was like, I want to deliver to the schools, but I'm not sure how to work. So he kind of got it all together as far as like sending out emails to all the teachers at Perry, and basically just like keeping it pretty simple, like right off the bat. Cause I was like, I need to make sure I can like get this together and do it. So he had gotten the email sent out, and then I think we probably did about 2 months to just Perry on Friday mornings. And I was like, I think we're good. Like, I think we're good to expand. So then I'd reached out to Tilden, and we started Tilden. Now, next year, I'd like to do the middle school and high school.
Okay. So you get all the schools for Hamburg in there.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
So, I mean, it kind of was just a thought, and Mike helped a lot. So.
And how often would you do that?
I do it every Friday. If it's all the schools, it might be like Thursday, Friday, but we'll see. I mean, I think we can do it. So,
okay.
But it's every Friday morning. I take the coffee and food to the teachers.
That's
so
great.
They order online, and then we take it in on Fridays.
Great.
It went well. It was good. They were always awesome. It was great.
Yeah. And Fridays is also not like a slow day for you either in the mornings. And throwing that in on top of everything. I mean, I know from having my little office in the back, just seeing how, I'm going to give you the credit of organized chaos it was, but the chaos of getting all of those orders together while you still have a line of people coming in as well.
Yeah, I had to hire someone else. I literally had to hire someone else to do the like people coming in or taking their orders, because it's Tay and I that are both doing the online orders.
Yeah.
And now online ordering is kind of becoming more of a thing. So we'd have Perry online orders, Tilden online orders, and then online orders. So I had to hire someone else.
Yeah,
but it did work out. It was not, sometimes it was chaos, but it always worked out. And between Tay and I, we can figure it out.
Yeah, that's great. Tell me a little bit more about your partnership with Tay, because most people, oddly enough, think of her as when people talk about the owner of Hazel's, they think of her.
The accent.
And the accent, but
I don't got it. So Tay lives with me.
Okay.
She moved here from South Africa in July of last year, 2024. Her sister or her brother married my sister.
Okay.
So MC is her brother and my sister is Morgan. And they got married in February of 2024. So he's from South Africa too. When I was like in the process of moving here to Hamburg, as far as the business, MC had kind of like reached out and been like, hey, my sister is looking to au pair or nanny or basically get out of South Africa with a reason. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I have 3 kids. Like I could use the help. Sure, why not? Like I'm always up for an adventure. So I'm like, sure, let's do it. So her and I had kind of been talking off and on, like not a ton. So that was probably April, May. And then my grandmother actually fell and broke her leg, and she was her like pelvis, but she was my primary babysitter. She still babysits for us like a lot. And I had called Tay and I'm like, so she wasn't supposed to move here until end of August.
Okay.
I had called Tay. I'm like, hey, so I booked you a flight. You're actually flying out in 2 days. And this was July. So it was about a month earlier. I'm like, yeah, so you're actually coming in 2 days and I need you like now. So she did. She got on a plane, literally knew each other minimal. She got here and I basically haven't spent more than 24 hours without her at this point.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be here she holds it together.
Yeah. I mean,
she does a lot.
She's kind of took this cafe and ran with it in a sense. I mean,
I say it all the time. Like when you're hiring someone, you're never going to find someone that's like in love with the business as much as you are. You're never going to find someone that is so committed or cares as much as you do as the owner. No, she cares.
Yeah.
She's me 2.0. Like I wouldn't be, I need her. I need her. But anyways, here we are and she still is with me. And so she is in the process of trying to become a citizen. So
wonderful.
Yeah, hopefully that's soon. And then she can be Mal 2.0 forever. No, she does. She enjoys it. But she does say, before she knew I owned a coffee shop, she says that it was a dream of hers to work at a coffee shop. So then it was very convenient when she got here. I'm like, surprise! I'm actually opening a coffee shop again. I already own one, but now you're going to work every day. So it
just worked out.
It did.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
And the other thing that you do, and we did it today, was one of the staples in Hamburg for a very long time before we had Coppers was we had Dutch Made Bakery. And you have brought Dutch Made back in a sense, but every Saturday you have Dutch Made Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
How did that get started? Where did that connection happen? And just share that story, because I think that's something that a lot of people really love to see coming back.
I don't know that it's really a great story. Thursdays are my days that I take to be with my youngest son. And we go to the fairgrounds market on Thursdays. He always wants a donut. So we always go to Dutch Made, we always get a donut. And I kind of just over a couple months was like, I should get these donuts and bring them to the shop. So I had reached out to the woman who owns Dutch Made. I'm like, hey, I don't know what I don't know what you do or how you'd want to do this. And her and I just kind of worked together. And then I did put it off for a while. I'm like, I don't know. Like, this is a lot. I'm driving to go get it every morning. And then I finally just like jumped in. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. I'll just go get them in the mornings. So Tay and I go every Saturday morning and go get donuts and then come back and then organize them. But at this point, like, it's our thing. I mean, Tay and I have a lot of things, but that's like one of our things for the shop. Like, we go every Saturday morning, we get the donuts and we always eat one in the car. And
I did get to partake in that this time. That was great.
Yeah. It's always, you always got to get it right in the morning. So I mean, it's not really a great story other than I just kind of had this like, I think everyone would kind of appreciate it. So I did it. And yeah, here we are a couple months later.
I mean, even if it's not, you don't think it's a profound story. I mean, it's still brought it back to Hamburg. And I think that's a huge thing. Cause I mean, you're pretty busy right now.
Yeah, it's in the beginning, I feel like a lot of people were like just coming in, like, give me the donuts, which that's what it's for. Like, I'm not here to be like, oh, come get a donut and a coffee. Like, no, I'm bringing you donuts. Like, get your donuts. I don't need you to get anything else. That's totally what it's here for. But now it's kind of cool because tons of people that came in for the donuts had never been here before, didn't know who we were, didn't know anything. And now it's like, while it's Tay and I sing it Saturday morning, now it's a lot of people sing Saturday morning. Like, we get the donuts, they come here and they get their donuts, they get a coffee, they sit down, they eat their donut. Yeah. So it just kind of became a thing for everyone. And it's like, I don't know, it just evolved. And it's kind of cool to see. Like, I've met a lot of cool people coming literally just for donuts. Yeah.
And you've touched on this, but you have kind of a lot of things that you do here outside of just running the coffee shop. Yeah. And we talked about your partnership with Mayfield. You also have the partnership with Max Cremeless Coffee.
Yep.
And you also have a bunch of other baked goods and pastries that are from local businesses as well that you have here. And then on top of that, you also have, and you should have like a shelf that you showcase some of the stuff from Mayfield as well.
We do.
So you have a lot of connections, you have a lot of ties. What was it about being able to really just support the local businesses in your shop? Like, there's some cafes that'll do everything in-house. What was it for you that you wanted to make those partnerships and choose that versus going the route of making it in-house?
Okay, so starting out with Max Crema, Alicia, I literally just the other day texted her. I'm like, I would die without you. I would die without you. She always answers her phone if I need her. It could be something totally off the wall. I have an idea and she'll like talk me off the ledge or, yeah, that's a great idea. Like, she's always there for me. She's always making coffee if I forget to order it or I need more. Like, or runs over and meets me. But a lot of that was that. I had tried so many different coffees prior to like opening here and not roasting our own coffee in-house. So when I found Max Crema, I was like, actually, I went there after, I don't even remember. I think I took the kids and she gave me a shot and I drank it. I'm like, yeah, this is the coffee I'm going to sell. Like, this is it. And she's local. And yes, I could probably buy it wholesale online or I could probably do this, but that was like a huge part of it is, hey, I want a lighter roast or hey, I want this or hey, I'm looking for this. And it's like, I just had to pick up my phone, call her and yeah, we're doing it together. Like, so that was a huge part of the coffee being local. First of all, I want it local regardless, but it was a huge part of that was just being able to have that partnership with someone that you actually know. As far as what would you ask me about as far as, yeah, go ahead. I don't remember what you asked me.
Really, it was just like the partnerships that you have in general with like in the store. Cause you have the baked goods, you have the sourdough bread they bring in. So you just have a ton, like when I think of Hazel's Cafe, I don't just think of Hazel's Cafe. I think of all the other businesses that you support throughout your store that also get to reap the benefit of your business and your following. So
yeah, as far as the bakers go, that was easy. They kind of came to me and I'm like, yeah, you guys are local. Like, yeah, let's do it. So, Bake Me Happy's in Hamburg. Awesome. She's been with me like the whole time. And then Cherished Confections, she's local too. She's Hamburg. She's always my, hey, I need something gluten-free. Like, people are asking for gluten-free. And she's like, okay, like, I got it. And then I also have a woman that does my cupcakes who was a prior friend of mine. And she got certified. And I'm like, hey, you're certified. Like, your cupcakes are the best I've ever had. Please bring them. And she brings them to me every Wednesday. Like, wow. And she always has the best flavors ever. She's cannoli this week. I'm like, sold. So yeah, that's kind of how that happened. The bakers are always, yeah, I mean, they're awesome. I want local bakers. I don't want to order it. I don't want to, like, I want someone else to get the benefits, basically.
Yeah.
Besides, I don't want to wholesale like that. I will pay the extra 50 cents or whatever it is to have local.
Right.
But I mean, that's partnership wise, and sourdough's same situation. I don't want to order it. I don't want to buy it. Like, I want to buy it from someone local. So that's where that kind of came from. Partnerships have always just been where I go to. Feel like I need it. I just need to have the people in the community.
Yeah.
So that's what that is.
And that really shows for you because, I mean, not only just with the partnerships, but like when I first met you, and I remember we started talking about, you know, what I was doing and got to learn more of your backstory, you were immediately bouncing ideas off of me of things that you wanted to do in the community. And that's always been something that I have appreciated about our relationship, which was your heart for this community is just so deep. And trying to, like you said, you could, like a lot of businesses, especially with where the economy was and is, take the cheaper route and go get the wholesale, but you choose to support local businesses and continue to allow them to grow as well. And the other aspect of, other than just what you do in store, one of the big things that you have for yourself is a very strong following on social media, and your presence on social media. You're constantly supporting, name dropping, tagging, sharing other local businesses too. And, you know, that's what I think is really cool for you utilizing your platform and utilizing your following to just continue to lift up the other businesses. And that's something that has truly inspired me, and then has also gotten me to how you were saying about when you open up the cafe, an owner never has that like number two that has the same beliefs. You have that trait in you of that leadership, because as soon as we started talking more and then you kept sharing ideas with me, that just got me fired up to want to continue to do more stuff for this community too. And I don't think I would be doing half of the stuff that I am right now if it wasn't for some of those nudges and some of our conversations and then some of these ideas that come through those brainstorms. So thank you for that.
I have all the ideas. I will throw all the ideas out there. Sometimes it's a lot, but I always will throw. I mean, it takes a community.
Absolutely.
I say it every single time. Like, my kids are going to grow up here, and I'm going to do what I can to make sure that they have like a community of people. Right. So that's, I mean, I enjoy it. It's not like my kids are everything, but it's not just my kids. It's everything here. I didn't grow up here, but I grew up very close to here, Fleetwood. I don't know. I just feel like that is the way. I just always kind of feel like that's the only way to be a business, is to be together. Right. As everyone just does it together, or no one's succeeding. I mean, we said that already. Right. So yeah, I mean, I'll throw you all the ideas.
Please.
All meetings, all my ideas.
So we'll wrap up here shortly. The last real question for you is, when it's all said and done, what do you want the legacy of Hazel's Cafe to be?
That's a really good question. It's a tough one. I'm not sure that this is entirely a legacy, but I would say that a huge thing that I feel like, minus community, like taking that part out of it, I try very, very hard that if somebody, and I try to preach this to all the people that work for me, if you came in here and you ordered a coffee, like, I don't want you to feel like you just ordered a coffee. Like, I want you to be my friend. Like, not fake be my friend because you're coming in buying my coffee. Like, I want you to be my friend. So I guess a legacy, maybe I would say, would be probably just like that we were always, I guess, maybe just friendly. And I don't know. I'm not really sure how to answer that, but I would say something in that realm would be what I hope people kind of remember per se about it. And I mean, we've met some between Tay and I, we always joke, like, we've met some of the best people ever here.
Yeah.
Like, ever. So I think that is kind of where, I don't know what my legacy would be, but I would say that's probably the direction I want people to think about or remember about Hazel's, is like, yeah, you didn't, like, I want you to come in here and get a coffee and get food and just kind of, I don't know, have like a friendship with us, I guess, or I guess in that realm. I always try to remember everyone's life outside. Like, if they tell me whatever, I try really hard to remember. I mean, it's not always easy, but so I don't know what my legacy would be, but it would be something in that realm.
More than just coffee.
Yeah, more than just coffee. I say that often, actually. So yeah, that's what I would say would be what I would hope people remember, and the community thing. Yeah. Although I try to keep that, like, not quiet, but I don't.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Because this was, I think, the hardest part of the interview for you was talking about that stuff. Because I know you, from our conversations, and I'll say this for you because of our conversations, but there's so much that you like to do and want to do, but you don't want the recognition or the credit for, and you don't need it.
Yeah.
And not that you don't need, like, you personally, at like who you are as a core, don't want it or need it.
Yeah.
You just have that heart for a community, and that is what I think. I mean, that's just inspiring in general, to say the least. It's inspiring to see and to watch and to witness that.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that you see it. I don't want people to think I do it because I want people, like, I don't want people to think I do it to be recognized or to be this, like, no, I don't. That's kind of why I stay quiet about a lot, because I just don't think I need to go in that direction. Like, I think that I'm going to do it regardless. And I don't want people to, like, thank me. Like, I don't want that. So I try really hard to just be, like, very quiet about what I do. I mean, I'll tag businesses. I'll always, like, promote people, but I don't always want, like, I don't want the pat on the back for it. I'm going to do it regardless. I don't think I need to be thanked. Like, I think it's just part of what we do. So
yeah, it's very admirable.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Yeah. So how can people follow you? And any final thoughts?
Facebook, Instagram, and my website. Thanks to you.
My pleasure.
My final thoughts? Yeah, I would encourage everyone to start getting a little bit more community involved. That would be my final thoughts. I hope we can all start community doing, like, just all doing things together in the community.
Our community thrives when local business succeeds.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, thank you.
Yep. Thank you. Back to work I go.
There we go.
If you enjoyed the highlights of today's conversation, drop a like, comment, and share this video so that more people can hear this amazing story. If you want to watch the full 1 hour unedited version, click the link in the description. Don't forget to follow this page to experience even more amazing stories. And remember, our community thrives when local business succeeds. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time.